Geppetto the woodcarver was just finishing carving a big puppet from a log of specially good wood. While he was carving the nose, it kept growing longer and longer, even when he carved off the tip. Then he put some hair on the wooden head, and as he painted the eyes blue, it seemed to him that the eyes blinked and winked at him.
That's very funny. I thought my puppet winked. Well, well. Now, what shall I call him? Pinto? Peppy? Pinocchio. That's it, Pinocchio.
That's a good name. I like it. Pinocchio.
Good gracious me. Was that you who spoke, my puppet?
It was and it is. I'm Pinocchio.
Well, you are a special puppet. I'll tell you what. I'll teach you to walk. Without strings.
Oh, I feel a bit stiff and new, you know. But with practice. Well, come on, let's begin.
So Geppetto taught Pinocchio to walk, and then he told Pinocchio that it would be good to go to school. But he had no money to buy him a spelling book. So while Pinocchio was practicing, Geppetto went out, sold his only jacket, and brought back a spelling book.
Here's your spelling book for school, Pinocchio. Now off you go straight down the road to the end. Turn left, and there you are. Work hard.
All right. Why are you shivering and where's your jacket? I believe you sold it to buy me a spelling book.
Oh, off you go now. And if you work well, you may someday become a real boy instead of a puppet. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Down the road near the corner, Pinocchio saw a puppet show and went inside. There he was loudly greeted by all the puppets dancing in the show for the audience. They were amazed that Pinocchio didn't need strings tied to his head and arms and legs to help him to move. And Pinocchio was very pleased with himself, and set to work to show the other puppets how to walk without using the strings. Their master, Mr. Fire Eater, was delighted with his clever puppets, and when he found out that Pinocchio had been carved by his old friend Geppetto, and that he was now a very poor man, he gave the puppet some gold coins to take home. Fire Eater told Pinocchio to hurry away to school or he would grow to be a donkey, not a boy. Pinocchio waved goodbye to all the puppets and started off for school, jingling his gold coins. At the corner, he was stopped by a fox and a cat who had heard the jingling coins. They asked Pinocchio all kinds of questions, as they were determined to get those gold coins for themselves.
Ah, Pinocchio, you're taking that money home to your father. Now, would you like to double it? We can show you how. Can't we, Cat?
Double it? Oh, yes, but how?
Come with us to the field of the miracles. There we'll bury it. Now water it with some magic water, and tomorrow morning you will dig it up twice as much gold coins. That's true, isn't it, Cat?
So away they went to a field and buried the coins. Next morning, Pinocchio dug and dug, but there were no coins at all, and Fox and Cat were just nowhere to be seen. They had dug up the coins and run away with them hours before. Pinocchio sat down in the field of miracles and wept, but that didn't bring back the money or the wicked thieves, Fox and Cat. Then, just as he was trudging out of the field, he heard a voice, and he looked up and saw a large bird hovering around him.
Why are you weeping, puppet? And who are you?
I lost my money. I haven't been to school, and I don't know where my kind father is.
Is your name Pinocchio?
Yes, it is. Why?
I was looking for you. I have a message. You had better go and rescue your father Geppetto. He went looking for you, and then he took a boat and rowed towards a small island to search. But a great storm came up, and we don't know whether Geppetto is drowned or swallowed up by a huge fish we saw swimming nearby.
Oh, I'd do anything to help him. How can I get there? I could float on the water. I'm made of good wood.
Better get on my back. You won't be too heavy for a while, and keep a sharp lookout for a boat or a huge fish.
Pinocchio got astride the bird's back, and they searched and searched for days and days, with no luck at all. Then, as the bird was very tired, Pinocchio decided to swim and float around near an island for a while by himself. He had had a lot of time to think about how kind Geppetto and others had been to him, and how thoughtless he had been, and he promised himself that he would work for Geppetto and go to school, and maybe one day he might be good enough to become a real boy. While he was thinking sadly about Geppetto, he hadn't noticed that a huge old fish was right beside him, and in a twinkling the fish opened its great mouth and swallowed Pinocchio. Down he went into a dark, rather damp stomach.
Oh dear, what a dreadful thing to let happen. I must get out and find Geppetto. Was that a noise? It sounded like a voice.
Hello? Is someone here? Hello?
But it sounds like Geppetto. Hello, here I am, over here. Oh dear Geppetto. Now don't let us waste any time, but get out the next time this huge mouth is opened.
No, Pinocchio. You go. You see, I can't swim.
Oh, I can float. I'm made of wood, and I can hold you up. Besides, we're near an island. Come on.
Pinocchio was a good swimmer too, and as the old dogfish slept with his mouth open, they soon escaped and floated and swam until they reached the shore. After resting and drying their clothes, Pinocchio went off to find some milk for poor Geppetto. At last he came to a shed where a farmer was milking cows, but the man made Pinocchio pump water for the farm in payment for the milk. And for months Pinocchio worked hard for food for them both, and after a time he saved enough to buy new clean jackets and shoes, and then they said goodbye to their friend the farmer and made their way home to Geppetto's cottage. With the money he had earned, Pinocchio was able to go to school, and Geppetto bought more wood and made some beautiful carvings which he sold in the market. Pinocchio learned so much at school and helped so much at home that he became a real boy and not a wooden-headed puppet any longer. Near a forest, there once lived a little girl with her father and mother. Her father went into the forest every day to cut wood to sell. On the other side of the forest lived the little girl's grandmother. She had made her a birthday present of a beautiful little red cloak with a hood, and after that everyone called her Little Red Riding Hood. One day, Little Red Riding Hood's mother called her.
My dear, Granny has not been well, so I want you to go and take this basket of eggs and cream with a little pot of butter and a few cakes. Keep on the path straight to Granny's cottage. Don't talk to anyone on the path, and come straight home.
So Little Red Riding Hood put on her cloak and walked through the forest. But on the way she saw some pretty flowers on a side path, and she wandered off to pick some. And there she met a great hungry wolf. The wolf could have eaten her then and there, but he could hear some woodcutters working nearby. So he spoke to Little Red Riding Hood very politely.
Where are you going, my dear?
Now Little Red Riding Hood forgot that her mother had told her not to talk to anyone she didn't know, especially a wolf, and she replied,
I'm going to my grandmother's to take her some cakes and eggs and cream and a little pot of butter.
Where does she live, little girl?
In the green cottage at the edge of the forest.
What do you do when you get to the cottage?
Oh, I knock, of course, and Granny says, who is there?
What do you do next?
I say, it's Little Red Riding Hood, Granny, and I have brought you some cakes and eggs and cream and a little pot of butter.
And what does Granny say?
She calls, lift up the latch and come in.
Well, goodbye, Little Red Riding Hood.
The wolf ran off as fast as he could to Grandmother's cottage. But Little Red Riding Hood did not do as her mother told her. She picked flowers, chased butterflies, and watched birds flying in the trees, and walked very slowly through the forest. But the wolf soon arrived at the cottage door and knocked.
Who is there?
Oh, it's Red Riding Hood. I brought you some cakes and eggs and cream.
Oh, lift up the latch and come in.
The wolf opened the door, sprang on the bed, and was just about to gobble up Red Riding Hood's grandmother when he heard someone coming. So he quickly bound the scarf around her mouth and bundled Granny into a big cupboard and locked it. Then he put her spectacles on his long nose and pulled her nightcap well down over his eyes. Quickly he jumped into her bed, pulling the sheet right up to his chin. Soon there came a knock on the door.
Who is there?
It's Red Riding Hood, Granny, and I brought you some cakes and eggs and cream and a little pot of butter.
Lift up the latch and come in.
So Red Riding Hood lifted the latch and went in and walked towards the bed.
Come closer, Little Red Riding Hood, and sit beside me.
Little Red Riding Hood opened her eyes wide when she saw the strange-looking grandmother.
Oh, grandmother, what great arms you have.
All the better to hug you with, my dear.
Grandmother, what great ears you have.
All the better to hear you with, my dear.
Grandmother, what great eyes you have.
All the better to see you with, my dear.
Oh, grandmother, what great big teeth you have.
All the better to eat you with, my dear.
And as he said that, the wicked wolf jumped up in bed to spring on Little Red Riding Hood and gobble her up. His legs got tied up for a minute in the sheets, and Little Red Riding Hood dropped her basket and ran to the door calling for help. She just got to the door when the wolf sprang off the bed and reached the door too, ready to gobble her up. Just at that moment, Red Riding Hood's father, who knew she was taking a basket of food to her grandmother, thought he would see how Granny was too, and to take Red Riding Hood home to lunch. He was horrified to see the wolf, still with Granny's spectacles and her nightcap on, just about to jump on top of Little Red Riding Hood and gobble her up. The father leapt forward and struck the wicked wolf one fierce blow with his woodsman's axe, and that was the end of that wicked wolf.
Oh, Father, I'm so glad to see you. I'll do as Nanny says and never talk to anyone I don't know ever again.
Little Red Riding Hood, where is your grandmother?
I don't know, Father. I thought she was in bed there, but it was the wicked wolf instead. Oh, I was so frightened.
We must find her at once. The wolf can't have... Oh, surely he can't have eaten your grandmother. What's that?
I think the sound came from over in that corner. Oh, hold my hand, Father, I'm frightened. It might be another wolf.
No, someone's locked up in the cupboard. Wait, grandmother, are you all right? Here, let me untie that scarf across your mouth and help you out.
Oh, my dears. Oh, it was dreadful. It was dreadful. But you came in time. Oh, just help me back to bed and I'll be all right. Thank you. Thank you.
Here you are, Grandmother. And here's the basket of cakes and eggs and cream and a little pot of butter. Now, Father, can we go back home to Mother, please?
Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs, and they decided to build themselves a house each. The first little pig built himself a neat little house of straw. The second little pig built his house of sticks, but the third little pig built his house of bricks. By and by, along came Mr. Wolf to the first little pig's house.
Little pig, let me in.
But the little pig knew the bad wolf's voice, and he called out,
No, by the hair of my chinny chin. I will not let you in.
Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in.
So he huffed and he puffed till he blew the house in. But the first little pig just had time while the wolf was getting his breath back to rush as hard as he could to the second pig's little house made of sticks.
Oh, I just got here. Close the door, quick.
And they lived happily together for a while. But by and by, Mr. Wolf passed the house made of sticks, and he thought to himself,
I smell pig. Little pig, let me in.
But the second little pig peeped through a crack in the door, and he called,
No, by the hair of my chinny chin. I will not let you in.
Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in.
So the wolf huffed and he puffed and huffed until he blew the house of sticks right in. But the two little pigs didn't wait till the wolf got his breath back. They ran and they ran until they reached the third little pig's house made of brick.
Oh, we just made it. Close the door, quick.
Of course, it had taken a lot longer to build, but it was stronger, and the three little pigs felt safe and happy. But pretty soon, Mr. Wolf came sniffing around, and he crept up to the door and smelt the little pigs inside.
Little pig, let me in.
No, by the hair of my chinny-chin-chin. I will not let you in.
Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in.
And he huffed, and he puffed, and he puffed, and he huffed. But he couldn't blow that house in. Then the wolf sat down to think. And he knocked at the house again.
Little pig, I can tell you where there are some nice turnips.
Where are the turnips?
In the field at the top of the lane. I'll meet you at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we'll go there together.
Yes, I'll be ready.
But the third little pig got up at 5 o'clock and ran down the lane and was safely home with the turnips when the wolf knocked at 6 o'clock.
Little pig, are you ready?
Ready? I've been and come back with the turnips.
The wolf was very cross, but said,
Little pig, I know a tree where there are some beautiful apples.
Oh, where are those apples?
On a tree in a field in the next lane. Be sure you are ready at 5 o'clock.
But next morning, the little pig got up at 4 o'clock, climbed the tree, and picked the apples. But Mr. Wolf had got up early too, and there he was standing under the tree, waiting.
Why didn't you wait for me, little pig? Are they nice apples?
Very nice. Let me throw you one.
But he threw the apple as far as he could, and while the wolf ran to get it, the little pig jumped down and ran as fast as he could to his little house and slammed the door just in time. Next day, Mr. Wolf knocked and called out,
Little pig, there is a fair in the village today. Will you come to it with me? Be ready at 3 o'clock.
Oh, yes, I'll be ready.
But the little pig went very early to the fair, bought a wooden barrel for a butter churn, and when he was nearly home, he saw the wolf. Oh, he was very frightened and jumped inside the butter churn. It tipped on its side and went rolling down the hill. This frightened Mr. Wolf, and he ran into the woods. But next day he was back at the little brick house.
Little pig, let me in.
Oh, no, by the hair of my chinny-chin-chin.
Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in.
Then the wolf began quietly to climb up onto the roof. Very quietly, the three little pigs built up the fire, and soon a big pot of hot water was really boiling. They heard the wolf coming down the chimney after them.
Come on, Wolf, come on.
And the wolf got so cross and so excited that he came down far too quickly and fell plop into the pan of boiling water. And that was the end of the wicked wolf. And the three little pigs stayed together safely and happily in their dear little brick house.